Come.
Alright, to start, the first POI of the day is Vic Garrison's Petty Pawn. It is essentially a pedicure and pawn shop that are connected. Love to see it. I think this used to be slightly different. And then with all the new blocks that they've added over the course of several, like years with all the new updates. Actually, I don't even know why I'm searching things. They've changed stuff, so it looks better and more updated. So that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna search too much stuff, largely because at this point in time, I'm not trying to like collect things to survive. So keep that in mind that I'm not gonna really be searching things anymore. Besides the end loot, I'll probably search the end loot. But outside of that, I'm mainly focusing on like what kinds of loot you can get, that sort of thing. Okay. So the first area, nothing too creative, nothing too crazy. It's pretty basic loot. We're now over the pawn shop. Gonna kill these guys real quick. You are still alive, awesome. Stop. Thank you. Wait. Why do I have the... Okay. I don't know why I have the shotgun ammo, but I have a M60. It's fine. It doesn't matter. I don't think you can get up this way. Yeah, so that's just like a ladder, but can't go up. Can't go back up if you go down. Meds right there. Crawl through there by crouching. And we're in the petty pawn. There's a dog in here, isn't there? There's supposed to be. A lot of these doors are locked, so keep that in mind. This one's not, though. Aww. My mic, okay, I don't know what happened. Doggy. Anyways. All the doors are locked. Except for this one. 2 construction crates right there and right there. So those can get some good stuff. Just remember that. A good amount of electronical parts in here. Electrical parts, what the fuck? What is electronical parts? Okay. Some books. Destroy generator, can get it. Okay, get a fucking engine from that. That's awesome. We'll deal with them later. Okay. So a good amount of stuff overall. Nothing too crazy though. End loot's right there. I'm actually kind of liking the layout of this POI though. I think it looks kind of good so far. Keep in mind that when you're in these like scaffolding buildings, you're always gonna have some fake ones that you can fall through. So just be careful when you're doing these. Like, you know, be ready for that. We got a little hidden room with a gun safe, some ammo. Okay, so very basic stuff. Nothing too crazy. Don't know why I'm searching it. Don't need it. Okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna... I forget that I don't have to play on this world anymore, so it feels weird. Okay, that's the final fight, though, because here we are. Actually, there could be one more. So this opens all the doors. This leads to another safe, some more mailboxes, a bunch of safes. Wow, holy shit. Okay. So you've got a lot of safes in here, which is really good.
Master, we are not alone.
The fuck? Where'd you go? Okay. Alright, and the end loot is right here, which is good. You also get the back door open as well. Bear. I'm gonna just pretend I didn't see that. And you got all this. Look at that. Regular tier 3 POI, but I mean, overall, right? In a tier 3 POI, you have at minimum, or like at least this one had 2, 3 safes that you could unlock. Plus a couple construction crates, plus the end loot. I mean, like, loot-wise, this is definitely, like, probably... You know what I mean? Like, it kind of has to be A tier. At least for loot. So, let's see what we can do for the general rating. Let me clear out this little guy right here, or big guy right there. Okay. So, we just cleared out Vic Garrison's petty pawn. So, for difficulty, like, that is, like, one of the easiest POIs I've ever done. I'm gonna be honest. Like, that shit was... Right? There was, like, 3 in the first building. So maybe, like, 16. And then there's probably, like, 8 or 9 in the bottom. In the second one, in the pawn shop. So... Ease, it's super easy. Quick, you can just run through it, especially if you have an okay gun. It's not hard at all. Loot-wise, I'd say it's an A. Like, it actually has a lot of loot. For a tier 3, I mean, you get 3 safes at minimum. Or not minimum, but you get 3 safes. There's technically upwards of 5. You get a purse, a bunch of ammo, or like ammo drops and med drops. Sorry, not bunch, but both. I mean, for a tier 3, I think it's an A tier. It's not super creative. It's just 2 buildings connected to each other. So I don't want to, like, for creativity, it's not going higher than S. So for creativity, I'd say it's like a B. For loot, it's definitely A. For horde base, I would argue it's actually probably a pretty good horde base. I would say it's an A tier horde base as well. Because you could very easily... Well, maybe like a B tier horde base. It's somewhere in B or A tier because you could easily have one building be your crafting room and then the other being your horde base, like where you actually fight the zombies during the horde. And that's pretty good. I like that. Couple that with the fact that you can easily turn the roof portion into your fighting position. You just gotta break out a couple areas and then you easily have a couple fighting spots that you can easily build. It's easy, quick, you know. So I like that a lot. I'd say it's probably like a B tier horde base. B tier for creativity, but definitely A tier for loot. And I'll say like A tier for resources. It has a good amount of electrical parts and things like that you can loot up. So, and the construction boxes, which also gives you good like metal and things like that. So sometimes even forged steel. So it's overall pretty solid. I'm gonna give a Vic Garrison's petty pawn an A tier. All right, for the next POI tier list. We have Good Life Apartments. This is a tier 4 POI. It's a pretty big one, and this is an older one too. It's been in the game for quite some time. Now that they've updated the water physics, it actually has a real pool, which is kind of cool, but it's been in the game for a very, very long time. And it's one of the more interesting apartment buildings. A lot of the apartment buildings, in my opinion, aren't that good. I'm just not a huge fan of them. They just feel very annoying. But this one actually is kind of creative. You know, you can zig through all the different buildings. It's not excessively difficult. It has, you know, a range of enemies from dogs to, I think birds are on the roof. So it has a unique, like, amount of enemies. It's not just zombies. And it's not too difficult, in my opinion. The main thing is, I think, they've somehow made an apartment building creative, which is why I like it. Almost all the other apartment buildings are not creative, in my opinion. Like, 2-bit tower is really annoying. Okay, move, please. Thank you. There's only one other apartment building I would argue is somewhat creative. And I think it's like a condo. It's like a condominium instead. So it's not even like an apartment building technically. But a lot of the apartment buildings aren't that good. I like this one. This is probably one of the only ones I genuinely think is good. So the one thing I like about this, or part of the reason why I really like this one, is you have to zig through the entire building. There's a screamer outside, of course. So you actively you're actively zigging through the entire building. Oh my god. Oh, I'm out of bullets. Oh, I'm out of bullets times 2. Oh, I'm out of bullets times 3. Ah! Fuck off! You are not part of the POI! ammo pile, and a shotgun messiah crate at the bottom of the stairs there. Also some zombies and a mailbox, so you can open that up, get some paper. Got a few more crates, a couple construction crates. So you get a lot of crates from this one, which I like a lot. Crates are always good. They're free. It's free utility. You know, free stuff. Another construction crate right there means more nails, in other words. A little ammo pile on that. Some books right there. It's nice because, like, each room doesn't have a ton of zombies. It's usually, like, 2 or 3. But then, like, each, like, room also has a couple, like, small rewards. You know? Does that make sense? So, like, each room has, like, a couple boxes or a couple piles. So it's really nice. Oh, you're still alive. And also, I don't have the health bars up right now. That sucks. Okay. So that's the nice part, is you get, like, a mixture of, zombies, but also loot as you run through the building. And this is the final floor, which is also nice. We just gotta finish off these two. And then we gotta get to the roof, which should be around here. You run in here. Okay. You're not dead? Yeah, I need to get those health bars back on. Okay. This then leads to the roof here. Let me reload because there's gonna be a ton of zombies up here. Especially with what we're at right now. Barrel whites, a couple birds. Let's quickly make some movements with our parkour. Ooh. Jump around a little bit, kill one of them right there. Then we just focus the rights. Barrel white, excuse me. Get rid of him now. Alright. The rest are ferals and are runners. This is the radiated white, but tomato, potato. Alright, last one right here. Good, 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 good. That's all of them. You're not dead. Okay. How many hits does it take? Thank you. Alright, cool. So, the loot is separated on this POI. You get the end loot box, you know, crate with med pile box right there. Then the other half is over here with like an ammo bag, you know, a couple things here. So it's split up. You get a range of lootables, like a dew collector. You get a generator over there, so this is a turn on the power mission as well. So it's a range of items. You get a range of utility. Oh, you're not part of this. Nope, nope, you're from the outside. Go away, thank you. All right, so this is the end. How do we rate this POI? To start with creativity, I give it an A tier. I do. I don't think it's creative in the sense of like, you know, oh, it's a unique building. I give it creativity an A because it's actually a fun fucking apartment complex for once, which never happens, I'm gonna be honest. There's pretty much never a fun apartment complex to loot. It's almost always a pain in the ass. Don't interrupt me. And so it's frustrating to always have to do the same apartment complex with the same exact duplicated rooms. This one, it actually zigzags you through the apartment complex, and it gives you a little bit of loot along the way throughout each one. So loot is also an A. I like that. I like how you get a little bit of loot. It's like, you know, it's like breadcrumbs. You know, you get a little bit here, a little bit here, and then once you get to the end, you actually get a lot. So loot-wise, A. Creativity, A. Resources is still gonna be, I think, a B tier. It's very spread out resources. I mean, like, most rooms have, like, TVs and electrical stuff, so you can get a lot of electrical and mechanical parts. Maybe not mechanical, but definitely electrical. The thing is you have to run through the entire fucking building. And it's obviously not small, so it's time-consuming to collect all the stuff, when in reality, you could easily just go someplace else. Like, that's across the street. You know, that's a good one for mechanical parts. Why the fuck would you come here for parts when there's one right there that's quicker and smaller? So, I'm going to give, like, loot B tier. Like, it's still good, or resources B tier, because it's still good, but not the greatest. So, loot A tier, creativity A tier, resources B tier. Horde base, I mean, I'd say it's also probably an A tier. It's big, so you could actually, like, what you could do is set up your fighting position here. And since there's only one way to run up, they'll always come up to your fighting position anyways. which would make this, you know, you can just put your resources, your stuff up here, maybe make a little roof for the birds, and you're good to go. You know, it's a pretty good board base, actually, in my opinion. It's big, but I mean, because it's so big, it means there's so many supports down there that it takes forever to knock down the building. So, I'd give it an A tier for horde base. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We'll give it S tier for horde base. I think S tier is good enough. So, at the end of the day, we give it A for loot, S for horde, B for resources, and A for creativity. I'm gonna give it an A tier. I think this is like an old building that has done well. It's been consistently good. I do wish they would do kind of like other apartments this way. A lot of them just feel like repeats, and they feel like they have nothing good in them, and they just feel like you're not getting any reward from it. This one feels like you're actually getting a reward from it. So I like it a lot. So we're gonna give A tier for Good Life apartment.